More than 1 million people have been displaced by the fighting in Lebanon. And the United Nations says around the world, more than 117 million people have been displaced from their homes by the end of June 2025. That's almost double the population of California and New York combined. They were forced out by conflicts in places like Gaza, Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ukraine. There were also more than 68 million people who were displaced within their own country. And today, as we mark World Refugee Day, one organization, among others, is trying to help those who have been forced out of their homes. Carrie Murray is the president of ShelterBox USA. Carrie, thank you so much for joining us on this day. Please walk us through some of the greatest needs you're seeing right now and what ShelterBox is doing to ease those needs.
Well, right now we're dealing with the largest displacement crisis in modern history. And what we see are that there are over 117 million people. That's 1 in 70 people on the planet who've been displaced. Some of the largest you mentioned, so Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Afghanistan, Syria. And ShelterBox really is on the front lines of these crises every day. We bring emergency shelter and essential household items to people whose lives have been upended by no fault of their own. And many of them, yes, they're refugees. They've fled their countries. And then tens of millions are internally displaced within their countries, places like Lebanon, Gaza. So we're really bringing the basic but most important first step in the recovery process, which is having a shelter, a roof over your head, to just begin the next phase of your life.
Well, and when you look at that massive number, that 117 million number, is your work about relieving some of the suffering, or is the goal to really help offer a broader hope or solution?
So in the immediate aftermath of losing everything, shelter is vital. It is the first step. So your life stops when you've lost your home or you've been displaced from your country. So until you have a home, a roof over your head, and that could be a tent like you're seeing, you're not going to school, and 40% of refugees are children. Parents are not working, so life stops. So the first thing for ShelterBox is we need to stabilize the family. And oftentimes for a refugee, this is not for a period of weeks or months. What we're seeing is this could be a period of years. And so ShelterBox is on the front lines helping, yes, newly displaced people, but oftentimes in these situations, like you're seeing places like Cameroon at the Minua refugee camp, where people have been displaced for over a decade. It's helping them with air shelters and just the basics they need to continue to get on with their lives.
Can you describe how you approach dealing with various foreign governments, let's say in war zones, rebel groups, or others who, we know might be hostile to aid workers like yourself in some of these regions?
So in our work at ShelterBox and humanitarian aid organizations around the world, there's a massive movement, and there has been, around localization. So we typically find local trusted partners, in places like Gaza, groups like PARC, in places like, Cameroon. It's local aid organizations that we work to really bolster their ability to help their people. So that could be through training that we do on how to construct shelters, cement structures, or mud brick like you're seeing there. It could be providing the resources. So tarpaulins, tents, cooking sets, solar lanterns, the basics. But we really work through local trusted partners, the people who are on the ground, oftentimes who become aid workers because of the crisis. We've been seeing this in Syria well over a decade with our work there. We work with the locals, and they understand the context. They have an ability to reach the people. Oftentimes, if we can't get aid into the country, places like Gaza right now, where it's been incredibly difficult, we're procuring things locally in the markets, help stimulate the local economies there, but also help provide the resources that could be plentiful in those countries.
Well, Carrie Murray, thank you so much for the work that you do and for joining us to describe that important work on this consequential day. Really do appreciate it.